Hello internet world, welcome to a new video on the Geekanoids channel. It's time for question of the day and we're up to number 11 of this particular video series, and I just love the fact that you guys and girls, the viewers, give me these suggestions, because question of the day was in fact a viewer suggestion 11 videos ago, so that's absolutely awesome. And this is a live broadcast as well, and this is where many of the suggestions and many of the discussions happen on the Geekanoids channel. So thank you for tuning in live, and also if you don't tune in live, thank you for watching the videos afterwards as well, because the comment section is a really good community feel to it lately. Well, not even just lately, for many years it's been such a great community on Geekanoids, so I just want to thank you all for taking part in that. Now, as I mentioned, this is a live broadcast, so big hello to all of you in the live chat. The early ones in the live chat get a shout out as always, so hello to Dave's Physical Media, Patrick Sullivan, Gritty Shaker, It's the Brown Guy, Golden Solution, and Nicola Pereira. Thank you very much for, Nicolo Pereira, thank you very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. We're going to talk about the main topic first, which is of course the question of the day, and then we'll come back to the live chat, see what you've got to say about it, and indeed if you've got any other questions as well. So let's talk about the question that came in, which is, will I be buying the new Mac Pro? Now, if you've watched my videos regularly, you'll know that I'm running a Mac Pro. It's running on this screen here. Well, at the moment on this screen here is an iMac, but the main computer that I use on this ultra-wide display that you see in the editing room is indeed a late 2013 Mac Pro. Now, I know I can hear the comments already. Dave, it's another video bashing Apple. You don't like Apple. I do like Apple in response to that. I love what Apple do for the main part, and I love Apple products. I've got a Mac Pro, I've got an iMac there, I've got a MacBook Pro, I've even got an iPhone 8 Plus that I run, which I do various videos with for clients, and I love in general what Apple do, but I don't love everything they do, and that's the same with most tech companies. If I see something or experience a product and it's got a flaw or doesn't perform as per expectations, then I share that with you, and it seems that people don't like it when I talk about the truth, about real things that are happening, and this is really happening. Professional computer users, video editors, graphic designers are still running the very latest Mac Pro, which is a late 2013 model. We're in 2018. We're approaching, we've gone past the midway point, so we're beyond the midway point in 2018, and the very latest Mac Pro we can buy is a late 2013 model. That is not even crazy. If anyone at Apple is watching this, that is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that the latest Mac Pro we can buy is 5 years old. I just can't believe I'm even saying those words. And point of proof, for all of my video editing now, I don't use the Mac Pro. I use the iMac sitting behind me here. For graphic design, I don't use the Mac Pro. I use the iMac sitting behind me here. Do you want to really know what I use my Mac Pro for? I use it for Twitter, email, my other sort of social media things, business communications, for sharing the deals that I do for geek discounts every day, for managing my website. Anything that's taxing at all, I do on the iMac. And a lot of professional users, graphic designers, artists, video editors are using iMacs now, because if they're in the Mac ecosystem, that's the most powerful machine they can buy, or the iMac Pro, but not many people own that. It's a very high entry level point for the iMac Pro, as we know. And this is happening, this is really happening, because if a pro user is not prepared to wait for the new Mac Pro, and I'll come back to my decision very shortly, what choice do they have? And the choice they have is in fact either going for the iMac or taking the leap, dare I say it, and moving away from the Apple ecosystem and Mac OS, which I still really love as a platform, and they're moving across to Windows because they can either buy a pre-built Windows machine for a lot cheaper than the current Mac Pro. Goodness knows how it's going to compare to what the new Mac Pro might cost. Or they're building their own system, or they're getting like a custom configuration built for them and getting a lot better processing power for the money with current generation processors and graphics cards and more memory and expandability than the current Mac Pro offers, or anything that Apple produces offers. And my worry, and this is where I come round to sort of my decision a little bit later on, but my worry is that Apple are going to do too little too late, that people will have already made that decision and switched across to a Windows system. Whether or not I can do that, I'm not sure yet. I'll talk to you about that very shortly, but let's jump into the live chat and just see what's coming into the live chat. So we've got It's the Brown Guy. I got the Note 8, Exynos is on Android 7. How can I get Oreo? Please can you give me a detailed answer, because I really need Oreo. Wow, you're asking for a detailed answer. I can't give you a detailed answer on that. I know it's rolling out to the Galaxy Note 8. This is one of the issues with the Android platform or Android ecosystem when it comes to smartphones, is it's very disjointed as to which handsets and which providers push out these over-the-air updates. I think possibly the only way you could get it like now is if you look for like a system update that you can install manually. So I would search the forums, maybe the Android developer forums, see if there is a version of Oreo that you could manually install, or reach out and put some pressure on your provider. Reach out to Samsung as well, put some pressure on there, but I can't give you a detailed answer on that one. I'm really sorry. Danny Johnson, hi Dave, nice to see your video live. I always seem to miss them. Thank you very much for tuning in, Danny. I really do appreciate it. Gritty Shaker, it's ridiculous that Apple hardly ever update their Mac Mini line. Yeah, you're right. We've got the late 2013 Mac Pro. The Mac Mini, I think, is pretty much the same age since it's been updated. And it seems to be forgotten about. The Mac Mini as well. Absolutely crazy. The only recent or fairly recent update we got was to the iMac, which is already looking a little bit dated, and we're hoping to see new iMacs this year. David Hepworth, the iMac will be faster for editing in Final Cut because Xeons don't have the Intel QuickSync. Yes, agreed. Even though it has more cores, they aren't clocked as fast yet. That's the reason why the iMac there outperforms the Mac Pro for video editing, purely down to the processor and the graphics chipset, and of course support for Intel QuickSync, so you get faster rendering times with video editing. It's the Brown Guy, do you think I will get Oreo in like 2 months? Really no saying. There is no set sort of time scale to when you get updates on Android, so I would really do a little bit of research just on the Android developer forum. I'm sure somebody there would be able to help you far better than I can. And thank you very much also for the nice comment. I really do appreciate it. Keep up the good work. You're an amazing YouTuber. I appreciate that very, very much. Anyway, back on topic. The question that came in is that will I be buying the new Mac Pro? There will be a couple of deciding factors on that. Firstly, I really hope that at least this year at some stage Apple give us some details. At the Worldwide Developers Conference there was not even a mention of the Mac Pro, which is due to be released in 2019. It's meant to be a new modular design. Apple have acknowledged that the current late 2013 Mac Pro didn't have the thermal capacity or the thermal design to accept upgrades and to grow over time, and that they'd maybe restricted themselves in building that what was really a cool design. I mean, it's a fantastic looking piece of hardware, and that it's possibly over engineered. So they have acknowledged that. They have told us that they're developing a new Mac Pro that will be more upgradable. I don't know why they just don't go back to the older version, which was like the big metal sort of cheese grater type design. That had plenty of space in it for upgrades, and I would far rather they go back to that than release something that is modular in its design but still relies on buying first party upgrades and not being able to go to third party upgrades. So I'm just hoping they do something sensible and don't try and tie you in too much. The second deciding factor for me as to whether I will be getting the new Mac Pro is indeed price this time around. It seems Apple, even though they've got plenty of money in the bank, you know, they're almost $1 trillion company, even though they're at that stage, of course, they're in business, they still want to make money, and they are still going to price this new Mac Pro in 2019 extremely high, and I think it's going to be outside of the reach of many graphic designers and video editors, and possibly it might be outpriced for me. Of course, I could probably stretch the budget to get one in, but does that make financial sense? So for me, when it's announced, like the actual specification and the pricing, I'm going to be taking a long and hard look as to whether I actually go with the new Mac Pro, or whether I spec up an equivalent Windows based PC, which will probably save me some money. Will it save me money long term? Not so sure. Or whether I just wait until the MacBook Pros, i.e. what I'm using here, are updated, and then just go for the highest specification MacBook Pro that I can afford and do all of my video editing on there and share the workload between the new MacBook Pro and the iMac. So if I was going to give it a percentage wise, am I going to buy the new Mac Pro when it comes out? It is 50-50 at the moment, and going back probably 4 or 5 years to when the 2013 Mac Pro came out, it was a foregone conclusion that I was going to buy one. It was already signed, sealed and delivered before they even announced the final pricing, because I knew I was so tied in with this Apple ecosystem, and I wanted to upgrade from my current Mac Pro back then in late 2013 to the new one without any question of doubt. But now these doubts are coming in, and if doubts are coming in for me and from the feedback I get from you, then I think a lot of professional users are possibly considering not even waiting. I think Apple are leaving it too late to address professional creatives and high-end users. I think they are missing the point. I really do. But that said, before all of the comments come in and say yet another video from Dave hating on Apple, I do hope 100% that they do the right thing. I really hope that they deliver what we want at a reasonable price point. Yes, there will be that little bit of Apple premium that we're going to pay, but don't go silly, Apple. Don't outprice yourself from the market, otherwise you're going to lose me as a customer with the new Mac Pro and a lot of users. So do something that captures the attention of many and restore some faith in your professional users. So anyway, that is pretty much it for this video. Let me know if you've got a late 2013 Mac Pro and if you're looking forward to the new Mac Pro being launched. Will you be buying one? Are you in the Apple ecosystem at the moment, and are you looking at switching across to Windows, or have you already done that? Let me know your thought pattern, your thought process, your decisions as well, whether you think Apple are really ignoring the professional creative marketplace. Thank you again for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Sorry I can't give you a 100% answer. I don't know whether I'm going to be buying the new Mac Pro when it comes out, but it's certainly not looking promising. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please do hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification button as well, and that way you get notified when I either upload a new video or indeed I go live on the Geekanoids channel. I'd really appreciate you doing that, and hitting the like button also helps because it makes my videos more discoverable. Thanks for watching again. I'll see you again soon for another video on the Geekanoids channel.